Hello everybody, Crazy Cordy here, and welcome back to another speed build. And today we are building a tiny home for the Rose generation for the Not So Berry challenge. And in this build, I was actually using a photo for inspiration. I will put it up here on the screen for you just so you can see. It was just a side picture of the house, so you know that side of the house looks pretty much as close as I could get it in The Sims, and the rest of it I was just kind of winging. I'm not too happy with the way the roof is in this build. I definitely could do much better, but here it is. It is available on the gallery to download if you are interested in that. The download link is in the description. You can also just go to the gallery and search my username crazycordy or the hashtag crazycordy and find it that way. I did not play test this before I uploaded it, so I'm very sorry about that. You will have to move the mailbox in front. It's blocked by some debug plants, but I thought debug plants your Sims would just walk through, so I wasn't really worrying about it. But when I was actually playing in the house after, they couldn't get to it, so you'll have to move it. Sorry about that. Also, there's a plant on top of the fireplace in front of the TV. For some reason, it's in the way to watch the TV, so you'll have to move that as well if you want to watch the TV. So, sorry about that, but this build does have a trash can inside and outside. So, you know, you have that going for you. This house also has a computer. I couldn't think of the word for a second there, but anyway, I think this house turned out pretty cute for what it is supposed to be. It's a tiny home. It's the tier 3. I wanted to keep it in the tier 2, but it didn't work out that way. It just ended up being a little bit too small to have like a full bed. I wanted a full bedroom for the Sim. So yeah, I did have to make it a little bit bigger, but it is under 100 tiles. It's like 84 tiles or something like that. So it's still considered a tiny home in, you know, if you have tiny living, it's just the highest tier. But here you'll see my struggle with the roof. I tried not to cut too much of it out, but I did cut it out where I was swinging around the camera a lot because I was just trying to figure it out. But the outside here is pink. You'll see the inside is, you know, anything I could have pink, I kept pink except for the counters and the cabinets in the kitchen, which I'll talk about when we get there. But here I'm just trying to figure out this floor plan and where to put the bathroom. I decided to put it here in the corner, and that blocked out the areas pretty well. I do keep the, you know, when you first walk in, that's the living room there with the fireplace, you know, just it's, you know, where you would normally have a fireplace, I guess, would be your living room. But here working on the bathroom, we have a pink everything. We've got a pink sink, a pink toilet, and it's a green shower, but it's got a pink shower curtain, so that worked out pretty well. I actually ended up using some things that I don't normally use, like that table and chairs there for the dining table. I'd never have used that table. I've probably used the chair, but definitely not that swatch, but I really liked how it looked. It was green and pink, so it, you know, it has the pink from the Rose generation, but then it brings in some of that green from her mom, you know, from the first generation. So I thought that turned out pretty well. I wanted to use these counters from Realm of Magic, but of course we don't have matching cabinets, and so I was trying to figure out which cabinets would look best with it, and then I found these cabinets and I liked them a lot, so I decided just to change out the counters to match exactly. So that's why those changed there. But this kitchen is very small, but it is functional. There, you know, the I didn't put decorations on the counter, so you know, there's like one plant in the corner, I think, but besides that I didn't put anything else on there, and I wanted to make sure I had a sink there, so I did move the refrigerator over here because I thought this was interesting to have kind of like counters on the sides of the refrigerator. I thought that was interesting. I've never really done that before in my builds, and so I thought it was just, it filled up that empty space there pretty well. And here you'll see the living room. Those columns I thought were probably in the way, but they weren't when I was playtesting it. Or not playtesting. I didn't playtest before I uploaded. I was just in the house playing a game, and I had to edit some stuff. But the columns are not what's in the way. It's the plant that I put up there. It's a flower that you'll just have to move. I used move objects and then just alt placed it a little bit more forward on the fireplace, and then it was out of the way, so then the Sims could use the TV just fine. But yeah, this house does have a computer, like I said. It's not a starter home. It's about 35,000 simoleons, I believe, which if you're playing the Not So Berry challenge, you should have about that much available to your Sims when you need this. Otherwise, I mean, you can cheat it. I don't know. Do whatever you want, but I was building it for my own gameplay, and that's what my Sims had, so I just made sure I was trying to keep it around 30, and I ended up going a little bit over, but I don't know. I think the house turned out pretty cute. I actually wanted the entire house to be that like brown siding. It comes with cats and dogs, and it's like a shingle siding, and it actually matched just about perfectly with the reference picture that I had, but there was no pink swatch. And so I did use this brown swatch. It looks a little bit tinted pink-ish, kind of. So I just added that on the roof because I figured that was nice to just kind of add it in there. But here I'm just adding wallpaper. I did add some paintings around. Most of them, I believe, are just from Tiny Living because they were the ones that had pink swatches that I liked the most. That seemed more neutral and not like crazy, or the kid ones, because I didn't want to just put random kid posters around just because they were pink. So, you know, whatever. Like I said, this house is very pink, but I think it's not overdone. Like, it's not neon pink, you know. I used a light pink on most of the swatches, and I think it turned out pretty cute, and tried to bring in a couple of the colors. There's some blues and some greens, but they're all like pastel type, so I think it turned out pretty well. But yeah, I did add a planter on the porch there. This was mostly just for my Sim because I really need to make sure that my Sim has a girl when she has her baby, because the second generation for this challenge is only allowed to have one child, and all of my heirs I want to be female. So I put a planter there and downloaded a strawberry bush from the gallery and put a strawberry there, so that way my Sim will have strawberries. So you guys are welcome to use that, or you can always delete it, put something else there, or just get rid of the planter box in general. But it is outside, but because it's under the roof, it still counts as being like an indoor plant. So I believe it's doesn't have a season, like it's in season all the time. So there's that for you. If you really want a certain type of plant, you can have one there, and it will be all seasons. It'll be good for you. But just adding some curtains here. I do add some, like I said, debug landscaping, and that's what we're doing now. I added some big trees. This is actually a trick that you can, if you lower the foundation, then you can add plants as close to the house as you want, and they won't snap up to that foundation height. And then once you're done placing all of your landscaping, you can raise the terrain back up, or not the terrain, the foundation back up, and then you'll just, it won't snap. I don't know. It's nice if you want to put stuff really close to the house and not have to worry about that. But we are coming up to the end of this build. It's very short, but I think the house turned out pretty cute. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Like I said, you can download this on the gallery under my username crazycordy or the hashtag crazycordy. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.